Here's Thomas Morstead out for the opening kick. And we're off and running from Raymond James. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Set. Hurry! Hey, alert 33. What's on?
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
What's on?
Right back to Irving now. And he goes out close to that 45-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down.
You know, Coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Real.
Once again, Irving. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
What's on?
From the 46. This finds Evans, complete. And he's able to get it past midfield and down into the Jets side.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches.
What's on?
White trying this straight ahead. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
So it'll be another 1st and 10 for him, Brock, down at the opposing 37. Here's White again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, Mayfield. Into traffic, complete. And he's taken down at the 30.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. There aren't a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. The Jets take their first time out. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. On fourth down, the Buccaneers trying to put 3 on the board with Chase McLaughlin. From the right hash, it's a 47-yarder. The kick by McLaughlin is good. In the opening drive, the game ends in 3 points.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Breece Hall on the ground for the first time. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. The rookie from Notre Dame able to take him down.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They give on 2nd to Hall. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen. Efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They go right back to Hall. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
I know that may look like a whole lot of nothing burger on the stat sheet, but those are the kind of plays, that inside run, that you see creative play action come off of later in the game.
Second down now, 7 to go. This time it's a passing play. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you, you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll throw it. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Already in an early hole on the scoreboard. That is not what they needed in response, Brock. Giving away possession with the pick.
You know, we got a lot of game left, obviously. Nowhere close to them putting it away. But you can see things starting to unravel a little bit, even after just 2 possessions. A touchdown here could really continue that momentum towards an early runaway.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you could depend on.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
What's that?
We're through 1 quarter of this opening weekend of football. Just a field goal separates these two. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Didn't get that one off in time. This is going to be a delay of game. So the defense decides to decline the penalty. Back for the start of quarter number 2. It's Buccaneers football as we begin. They have it on 2nd and short. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert! What's that?
Shotgun snap for Mayfield. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And it'll be Jets football.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Let's go!
They start the drive with Hall. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd and 8. It's another first half mistake. He's intercepted again. And the Buccaneers are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
And he's able to get this down to the 13. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
This throw is caught. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down, well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. White finds the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The Buccaneers parlay the interception into points. It's a Rachaad White touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers make it a 10-point ball game. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. They're out and set. 1st and 10. They'll start this one out with Hall. He'll drive it forward, but won't get beyond the line. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea.
Big man up front said, "Not in my house." Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this: it's over. Over.
2nd and 10 now. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended target. So that brings up 4th and long. Punter on now, and he gets into this one. And this one will careen out of bounds just into enemy territory there.
At their own 47-yard line.
Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Run.
They give to Irving, left side. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 1st down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Irving here from the gun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
On the give, this is Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout taken by New York. That's its 2nd. They're down to their final 1 in this half.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused, and they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Looks like they will indeed try it. 4th and 2. Here we go. It's Mayfield. And they get to him on 4th down. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Coach is challenging to get the defense off the field with a stop. Rose to the challenge and delivered on that one, really overwhelming the line of scrimmage.
On 1st down, here comes Hall. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Here's Hall once more. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st. We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Jets working here. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on first. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Throwing with a blitz on the way. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Working inside the red zone. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. That's a touchdown! The Jets make it a one-score game before halftime. Here's Greg Joseph for the extra point. And it's a miss. The kick is no good, so this game stays at a 4-point differential. We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, alert, 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 alert!
Baker now from the gun. Complete out to the right. And this one does not go far. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. 2nd down now, 7 to go. Mayfield now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Catch is made down the right sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. So that's the halfway point of this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Brock and I will be back right after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. We'll see what the first half adjustments of the season are as they're teed up, and away we go in our second half. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Set up.
Hall takes it straight ahead. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Chris Braswell there for the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Hall gets it again on 2nd down. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. Only a yard on the pickup, so that's going to bring them to 3rd down and 3. They go play action here. He rolls to his right. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. This was a miss-hit, Brock, low and pretty short. And this isn't too far beyond midfield. It's going to bounce out, looks like at or on the 40. Good starting field position for the Buccaneers. 1st and 10.
Hey, alert 33. Pistol.
Here's the give to Irving. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on 3rd and short.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down. New set of downs for him from the 46. 1st down, here's Baker. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you'd like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
Throwing again is Baker. This one finds Irving. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat. Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
A 55-yard attempt.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And a 4-point lead, it shall remain.
So in the end, the armchair quarterbacks, Kate, are going to tell you the more aggressive-minded play caller would have been correct. It would have been a better decision to go for it as they come up with nothing from that field goal try.
They'll come out throwing. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. First and 10 from the 41. Shotgun snap, a gift to Hall. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Yeah, you want to get above 5 yards to carry? Well, put together runs like that. And I'll tell you what else a run like that does, Kate. That sets up the play action. Right? When you really just gouge and gash the defense like that, the next time you run that action, they're going to be thinking running the ball to go right over their head. Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Throwing now, off play action. That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Here we go, set. Forward, 70. Set, go. Go.
He'll throw it. And the streak continues. Another one hits the ground. Garrett Wilson, the intended receiver. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
You hear defensive coaches on every practice field we're on preach not giving up the big play, especially at the NFL level. They'll need to stay vigilant because they're definitely going to use that receiver to take the lid off this defense again.
And that one is not where he needed it to be. It is off and no good. And this will remain a 4-point game.
Well, there's certainly never, ever a guarantee from that distance, but that's one you'd expect to be in your kicker's range. You hate to have a drive come away with nothing, but that's exactly what happened.
That's going to be caught by Evans. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Has him on the quick hitter. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Quincy Williams making the tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Alert! Alert! Alert!
Here's 2nd and 5. Hits him on the in route. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a Buccaneer first down. We've reached the end of 3 in our Week 1 opener. It's Buccaneers football with a slight lead. Just got to hang on for one final quarter. Ball at the 33 for first down.
Pistol. Set. Watch out.
Shotgun handoff to Irving. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. If you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Watch out.
First and 10. Here's Mayfield. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he got what he could there, only to the 14. They pick up one on the run. Need more, though. That takes him to 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield. Short pass brought in. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
Flying down the heart of the lane, and it's good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
As much as that can help them breathe just a little easier on the scoreboard, it doesn't take away now any of the tension this defense is feeling. They're going to need to step up, come through with a stop right here.
This return makes it up to the 25.
Hey, Kate, the best kick returners I was ever around, really at any level. They want this opportunity. They want their chance to help their team. They know they're down, but they also know that return, especially a good one like this, can set the offense up for success.
They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They're going play action. Finds his target hole. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And it'll give the Jets a 1st down. Back to throw. Completed over the middle. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Hall running between the tackles. He still has room inside the 30. And he has it down to the 26-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Motioning one of the tight ends. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. Setting up a throw. Pass complete to Dulcich.
I can't tell you how nice it is to have a big, trustworthy tight end in the passing game. Such great size to have, and he forces those defenses to find a way to try to match up when they can't.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Throw left side, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. They're signaling for a stoppage here, and yep, there's a player injured after that snap. Not what they wanted to see in week 1 as their medical staff heads out to check on him.
Here's Hall on the give.
And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup. So a timeout comes in. Looks like the defense using its first stops this game as we get close to our 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Let's go.
Running this with Hall. And he only gets this one down to the 9. So we will not reach the 2-minute warning. The defense calling time here. 2:08 on the clock. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. They run. Here's Hall. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. So we do get a timeout from the defense just before the 2-minute warning. So one more play before we reach that break.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of them.
And they'll take a knee. We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Tampa. Jets down by 7. Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now. 60 by 6, 60 by 6.
He's going to throw this one. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So they'll be left with 3rd and goal.
Well, you got to have a short memory in the NFL. Incompletions happen. Now you got to make the adjustment and go get the next one.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Allen broke through the tackle. And defenders continue to swarm over to get him at the line. Nothing on that play, and now it's 4th and goal from the 2.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
For it with Hall. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. He can't find the end zone. They stop him, and they'll still trail as they turn it over on downs.
I love aggressive defenses, and a blitz on 4th down's a gutsy call. But it can work against the pass, or in that case, against the run. Good luck running for the sticks when you've got a whole defense crashing the line of scrimmage off the snap.
Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Point it right, point it right, point it right. Hey, alert 33. Done.
Once again, Irving. And he buys him some breathing room with a good run here to the 6. Give him 4 on that run. That's going to bring up 3rd and 5. So it's a win for the Buccaneers.